Hi everyone, this is Dina, the Nightly Stitcher here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. If you'd like to follow me there, that's where I post most of my stitching. It's almost all stitching. I very rarely post anything else on there. Welcome. It is Saturday. I had this all in my head prepared. Saturday, September 20th, 2025, and this is Flosstube number 42. I'm about 3 weeks out from my last video. I had hoped to get it in 2 weeks, but it hasn't happened. I also wanted to do a flip through of the books that you all saw last time. So I'm going to tack this on, or tack that on at the end of this video. I think that's probably the best way to do it. Those books are starting to get a little bit of age on them, and others have done flip throughs, so you may have already seen it, so I don't know if you're still going to be interested. That's why we'll put it at the end. I don't feel like I have a lot. I've only stitched on a couple of things this last 3 weeks, and I don't know. We'll see. Let me show you someone. Lucy, come here. Come here. So you all see Tootie every video. And this is Lucy. Lucy is, no licking. Lucy is our grand dog. So our, our daughter and son-in-law are on a trip to Canada. So we always babysit. So are you not going to say hi to everybody? Turn around here. So this is Lucy. She is full of it. She is not a puppy, but you would think she's a puppy because she is on the move, aren't you? She loves burying the food bowls with towels or whatever she can find to put over the food bowls. That's our biggest problem. She pushes the dog's food bowl all over the house and tries to cover it up with whatever she can find. Don't you? Huh? Don't you? Yeah, so say hi to everybody because you just happen to be here when I'm doing a floss tube, and then Mom and Dad will be home next Friday. So anyway, oh yeah, one of those big old dachshund yawns. So, all right, let me put Lucy down. Tootie is sleeping right here on my table. You want to get up and say hi to everybody before I put you on the floor? You got a hair on your eye. Well, Here's our little star of the show, Tootie, aren't you? He's the little star of the show. Okay, tell everybody hi, and we gotta get down now. Go lay on your blanket. Oh, this is gonna be fun because Lucy is now on the blanket. They don't share well. Actually, Lucy shares, but Tootie doesn't. So, anyway, on with the show. As I said, this is Flosstube 42. I welcome all my new viewers. I hope you stick around and see what I have to share. I do lots of cross stitch, lots of big projects. I do a few smaller ones, but I am a large project stitcher, which makes it rarely that I get a finish, but I do get finishes once in a while. So anyway, today I have my whips. I have a new start. Not the one I had planned on, but I'm still going to plan on starting the other one. And a little bit of haul, but not much. So I don't know how long this is going to take. Also, I want to remind everyone that I was going to do a video on scroll frames. And not sure if I know that much about them. I just use them, and I'll tell you what I like and dislike about them. But I might do that after this one and then just release it. You all are crooked again. I've straightened this up, so it's still, oh well. I have trouble getting videos done. That's all there is to say about it. I plan them, and I've been planning this one since Tuesday, because my husband plays pool, you know, and on Tuesday mornings at the senior center, and it's just a good time to, I'm going to adjust you just a little bit more if I can. I like that better. He plays pool on Tuesdays at the senior center. So that's a good time for me to do a video, but it also is a good time for me to do things if I have some things I want to get done. So anyway, I'm now doing it. So what else? Well, I welcome, this is all jumbled up. I welcome my new viewers. I also want to welcome my regular viewers that stop by each time I do a video. And thank you for sticking around with me and subscribing, and I'd appreciate if you like my videos to subscribe and do a thumbs up. You can do to the notifications, and you'll get a notification whenever I release another one. You don't have to do any of those things, but I would appreciate it. I am setting one subscriber below 5,900 subscribers. And I had gone over 5,900, and then when I was off YouTube for quite a long time, back earlier in the year, I had dropped a lot. And I have gained that all back. I had gotten up to, I think, 59.03, somewhere in there. Then I dropped back, 59.98, you know, back and forth, back and forth. So right now I looked and I was at 58.99. So one more and I'll be back up there. So anyway, not a big deal. It's fun to see the numbers. But anyway, it's a nice day here in Missouri. The sun's out. We had some thunderstorms the other day and we got some rain, and we thought, my husband said he thought it was the last time he was going to have to mow. And I said, well, you're going to have to mow to get the leaves up. But he said, yeah, but to cut the grass. But now it's rained, so he's probably going to have to mow again and cut the grass. So I think it's supposed to be in the 80s. We had a cool down, now we've had a warm up. So it's going to be pretty warm today. He is out fishing with a buddy of his and his brother. So he's going to be gone for the majority of the day, so that I will try to get my videos done and work up here in this mess, because this never gets completely finished, because y'all know how I am. 15 minutes on and an hour break, so I don't get a lot done. Let's see. I do want to, I guess we'll just start out. Let me move this stuff over. I just feel, you know, when I go very long after a video, I just feel like I am just scatterbrained. So on my September stitching, I've stitched every day but one. Nope, two. I did not stitch on the 3rd of September, and I didn't stitch on the 18th. So I am doing a lot better. So then my monthly color paper is looking like this now. This is September down here, so you can see I only have 2 black spots right there and right there. I had a lot of black in some of the other months. Black is on I colored in on black when I don't stitch on those days. Otherwise, the days just get random colors. And if you can see, you put random, there's like 4 days on this bee. I got one that I think this must be today here, so planning on stitching, so I'll color it in. But they put on each month the amount of days, and you just color them in. And I've mentioned this before, you can get this on the internet. And I don't know how you find it other than just play around with it and Google search monthly coloring or something. I don't know. Just kind of come up with some ideas and see what you can find. But that's how I found it online. I saw somebody else with it, and I just started looking and I found it. But it's kind of fun. I'm going to date it, and then I'll start another one for next year. I don't need this book. I always drag this big old, this is my planner, and I've shown it before. I have I have my date book, I always put stickers. See, I said I wasn't a sticker person, but look what I did to December. I found this sheet of stickers, and so I just stickered it all up because I like Christmas. So we'll see how well that goes. But anyway, this is my journal, stitching log, whatever you want to call it. I come up with it myself last year, at the first of the year. I have my goals, my plans, whips. All my whips are in here according to date started. I have all the information for each one. I have other tabs for future starts with some ideas. My starts, my finishes, blank paper, just things like that. Some graph paper in the back. So let me set that down there. Oh, they're going to share the blanket, and I have to get a drink. I was so hot up here a while ago, I cranked the air down farther than I ever run it. Getting ready for these videos, I get so hot, and I brought everything up and gathered it last night. And then I left my tablet downstairs, so I can't show you how I'm doing on a portrait of Father Christmas, because I didn't want to go back downstairs and get it. But anyway, let's see, what was I gonna do first? I will start out with my start, and this I've been putting everything in a spreadsheet. If you've kind of been following me, I have all my charts over here in all these bins, and I have them according to, this row is all samplers, and I have them marked samplers. This is box 1, 2, 3 through 7, and then the second row down there starts with they're not in alphabetical order necessarily. They could, no, they're not. Autumn, Halloween, box 1 and 2, Christmas, box 1 and 2. I have some miniature carriage house samplings. I can point this down just a bit. There. I have carriage house sampling in a box by itself because I have so many. Then down on the bottom I have animals, birds and butterflies, beach and / nautical, blackbirds, all in its own container. That's blackbird designs, not blackbirds, but anyway, little house needlework and long dog designs are all in one. I have a sewing theme and Easter and spring. Oops, I just knocked that off. I have one that's flowers, because I have a lot of flowers and you can't really see it from where I'm sitting. Snowmen in winter. Prairie schoolers. I have prairie schooler box 1, 2, and 3 because I have a lot of those. I have a box for Quaker designs, a miscellaneous charts, box 1 and 2. I have one that's 4 seasons because a lot of times you'll get a chart with all 4 seasons on it. So I have that. Then I have summer designs and primitive designs. So let me raise you back up here. So anyway, I've been putting all of those on a spreadsheet, and hopefully, I got to pick this up just a minute. I've been putting all my patterns on a spreadsheet. And as you can see, it's, these are full. And it's kind of hard to get in there. I kind of have to move them over and pinch my fingers in there and grab one to pull it out. So I came up with the idea to put knobs on it. Actually, this wasn't my idea. I saw it on somebody's craft room tour. I found just a variety of knobs. I found these dragonflies. I found these. Some of these I had. Actually, all of these I had, because I still need to get 9 more to finish up. And I want them all to be this type of finish. And it's just, I don't know, a variety. I've got 12 dragonflies, and then, I don't know, probably 6 or 8 of these. So I'm just going to change it up. But I saw where someone attached these to the front of these boxes. And then you can just grab the knob and pull them out. So that is my project coming up, but I need to get the 9 other knobs so that I can kind of mix them so they aren't all at the end. So pull you back up here a little bit. So anyway, that's a project that I'm adding to the list of 1,000 other projects. So then what was I saying? Oh, putting all of my patterns into that spreadsheet, I have eliminated some because I haven't totaled it up, but I've said before I probably have 2,000 charts, not counting the ones I don't want. But anyway, I think I may do a video. Gosh, you all are, this is really bugging me. Let me see if I can, I'm going to pause a minute. Okay, I think that might be better. Okay, so anyway, I have a lot of charts and maybe some other things stitchy related that I don't want. And since I have so much, I think I'm going to do a sale and just get rid of some of it. What I'm thinking about doing, I don't want to do a live. I know that because I don't want to have to deal with trolls and all that stuff. What I'm thinking about doing, and I'll explain it more in detail when I do it, but I'm thinking about, I'm going to show you the back of this because this is my new start. I would just like take it and put a post-it note of like chart number 1, show it to you, kind of explain a little bit about it, and the first person that comments, me please, in comments would get it, and then I would need you to email me with your mailing address so that I could send you invoice. And I would send an invoice through PayPal because that's the only format or whatever, the only type of thing I use. I don't use any of those others. So kind of thinking that over. There would be like if the first person said me please and then they didn't pay me within a certain amount of time, then I would look at my comments and go to the second person that wanted it and see if they still wanted it and go on. But it would be that and the cost of shipping. So if you bought multiple charts, I would take that to the post office and find out for sure what it's going to be as far as shipping, and I would probably round it up or down to the closest dollar and go that way with it. But anyway, yeah, I'm kind of thinking about that. I've got tons and tons of charts to weed out that my tastes have changed, and I've got some that I've stitched that I always just hung on to. And, well, I didn't write it the first. When I first started stitching, I didn't hang on to them. But I did start saving them and just hang on to them. And it's like, I just need to pass them on down the road and kind of help support my spending habit. So anyway, that's something I'm mulling over to do. So if you think that might be something, like I said, I wouldn't do it live because I don't want to deal with trolls and all that. I've never done a live, and I just don't want to do a live, and you all know I do what I want. But anyway, I think that might work, just to do a video of recording it and going that route with it. So that might be something coming up before too long, but I'll let you know in advance. So let's see, what else was it? But I've got way too many charts in my spreadsheet now. So as far as a new start, I started this on, let me get my paper. I started this on the 15th, so 4 days ago. It's called the Pumpkin Sampler by Threads Through Time. And it's this little chart right here. And I think it'll be a quick stitch. And this was already kitted up. So I was upstairs the other night, and I just wanted to do some kind of stitching in bed. And I had been taking, at night, I was taking these boxes of patterns, and putting them in that spreadsheet. Well, I'm almost done, and I kind of got burned out, and it's like, I want something to stitch on. So I just came in here, and I found this, and I thought, well, it's got the fabric, and it's got the threads. I'll just grab a hoop and start it that night. So that's what I did. This was actually a pattern that would have had, I am not sure, I don't know where I got this chart. It doesn't say on the price tag, but it says that it had the 40 count gauze in it. And I've got some other thread through time charts that do have it. They have the 40 count gauze. This one had fabric and DMC floss. So here, I'll pop it out so you can actually see it. I'm stitching on a hoop again. Can you all believe that? I've had hoops out twice now lately. This is a little piece, and it's not going to be ironed because I just took it out. But this is where I'm at. This is a 28 count silk weaver, and it's called Sandcastle. That's what it is. I had to pull that out of my brain. So that's where I'm at right now. So I'm going around. If you can see, the pumpkins are a little odd shape there, all along here. That's because they still need, let me pull this over here. They still need a second color. This is calling for 922 and 921. And there's not much difference, but it's trying to focus on my face there. 922 is the majority of the pumpkin, and then there's just a little outline of 921. So I've done all the 922 around it, and now I'm going back and putting the 921 around the top of the pumpkins. So I think this will be a quick stitch, and evidently was a little piece I had. I don't even remember kitting this up, but I guess maybe I did. So anyway, that is my start on that. It only uses 4 colors. It uses the 921 and 22. And then it uses, let me look here, 3363 and 3364. So it shows it on black here because if you stitched it on the gauze, and I guess I don't know, like I said, it may have came with the gauze, but if it came with the gauze, I would have left the gauze in there. So that's why I don't think I did this. But anyway, it shows it. It's supposed to have the black background stitched. But since the fabric was in here and the floss and that fabric, and I wanted something to grab and just start the other night without thinking that much or without pulling something together, that's the way I went. So then after that, I have been working on Let Freedom Ring, and I have made really good progress. Sorry about that. Let me turn that just a bit. Okay, so everybody, I'm sure, knows what Let Freedom Ring looks like. It's by Leela's Studio, and it's that one right there. And I am making very good progress on that. I figured out, and I left my paper downstairs, of course, I have to do a certain amount of stitches every week to have it finished by, I want to finish about the 3rd week of June, 2nd week of June, so of next year, so that it's done before the 250th anniversary. And so this is what I have done now. I have got the roof done on Independence Hall, which was time consuming. This little thing here, it's like 2 stitches skip of 2 different colors. So I got all that done. I did the clock face. Let me see if I can peek over and see if y'all can see it. Yeah, I got from the top of the clock, from right in here, I got all this done since the last video. So I was really pleased with that. And then, now I'm trying to decide, if I want to bring this border down and start the trees behind Independence Hall. I think that's where I'm going to go next, is start the trees right up here and then come on down into Independence Hall, because I'm afraid if I start over here and work this way or this way, I'm going to be off. So I think that's the route I'm going to take. So that is Let Freedom Ring. What are you doing, Toot? You want in here? Come here. You want back up in here? She wants back up here. Let me put her up here. I think she'll lay down on the table. Come here. Doggone it. You gotta come a little closer. Tootie took her, Lucy took her bed. Lucy took her bed. Yeah, you lay right there. And if you've seen on my last video, I showed you my Heaven and Earth design, a portrait of Father Christmas. It's a full coverage design. And that's what's on my tablet downstairs. So I don't have the picture to show you, but you could see how far I got on the last video. And this is how far I am on this video because I started over. So I was stitching, and that shows you absolutely nothing. So I started this, and I worked all the way across to the end, just randomly with colors. And I only did just like 10 stitches, and they were just sporadic. It wasn't that big of a deal. So I was concentrating more on right through here of going on and filling in like 20 squares in this area. And the more I put in, the more bunchy it looked, the more I didn't like my stitches. And so then I did some, I think Tootie just burped in the camera. So anyway, over here I did some regular, I think that's one, I don't have my glasses. I think it's 1 over, hang on a minute. I have to get these or I can't see anything. This was 1 over 1, I believe, in a full cross stitch. Then I did 2 over 1 with a tent stitch. And I did 3 over 1 with a tent stitch. And I thought I was going to like the 3 over 1 in a tent stitch instead, even though I've never really done tent stitch. Hey, quit scratching in the camera. So I joined the group on Facebook called Full Coverage Fanatics, and I asked them some questions about it. And most everybody said they stitched 1 over 1 on 28 count full cross. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go with that. So I restarted 1 over 1. Well, let's back this up again. I ripped all of this out. I had ordered 2 yards of 28 count Lugana from 1-2-3 Stitch. And I was just going to cut this off and put the good part away and throw the rest part of it away, or throw it away. So anyway, I ordered this 2 yards of fabric, and they shipped fast, but I was impatient and I didn't wait. I was not in the mood to stitch the other night, so I ripped all of it out that I had in. And it was time consuming, but it wasn't that bad. So I did that, and then I took the little brush that a lot of us have that looks like a mascara brush, and I got a lot of the loose stuff off, and then I took Scotch tape and laid it down and got the rest of it out. So you really don't see, I had a little bit of blue shining through there, and you could, I mean, if you get it up close you can see it, but I'm going to be stitching over it, so I'm not too concerned about it. So this is my restart. I think I had 2 days of stitching, maybe 1 or 2 days of this. So this is now 1 strand over 1 thread on 28 count, and this is I think I called it ecru or antique white before, but it's more of an ecru because I ordered antique white. So it's a little bit yellower or tanner color, but I like it so much better. My stitches look a lot better than they did. But if you want to see what a portrait of Father Christmas looks like, you can go back to my last video. Actually, it's the screenshot. It's my, I think, thumbnail. You can see what it looks like, or you can go to Heaven and Earth Designs and look it up. And it's by, I think the design is by David Morrissey. I think that's his name. So I love the pattern, but I just had trouble, since I've never really done full coverage. I just had trouble getting it to where I liked it. And that is all I stitched on. Those two things and the new start. I still want to start this. I have not done that yet. I showed this last time, and I'm going to stitch it on 36 count Frankenstein by, let me see. It doesn't say. Oh, Be-Stitched Me. So this is what it looks like, and it looks purple in the screen, but it has absolutely no purple tint to it at all. And I don't, it doesn't. What if I get really close? It still looks purple. Nope. It's more of a dirty gray to me, like, but it doesn't have a purple tint. So anyway, I still haven't started that one, but I wanted to get that started. And then what I'm going to pull, well, I've got it pulled out. I just pulled it out today because I wanted to show you something different, and I thought I need to continue to stitch on my Let Freedom ring every time I stitch, or every day or so. I mean, if I get a big stitching day in on Let Freedom ring, then I might not stitch on it the next day, but I need to get that number of stitches I said done each week or month to be able to have that done on time. So, and really on Let Freedom ring, I've been stitching on that, and I say this with a lot of my patterns or my stitching pieces, that I get on a roll and I just keep stitching because I am enjoying it. So anyway, let me get the pattern out for this one, and I'm going to show you this little idea. It's not my idea, but I came up with doing it for myself, but I've seen it before. These are like pant hangers or skirt hangers, whatever you call them. I had a whole bunch of these, and what I had was my leggings on them. So on my leggings, I just clipped one or two over here and one or two over here and put them in the closet, and for leggings, that was good enough. But anyway, I decided to take all of these, clip them on my whips. I emptied out a spot in my closet in this room, and now I have them all lined up according to when they were started. So now I can find them easier. I got a box cleaned out. Actually, I think I got 2 boxes cleaned out, and have been able to open up a little bit more floor space in here. And where is here it is. So I don't know if you all are familiar with this one. This is Halloween in the City by Crochetta A Go-Go. And oops, glare. Hold on. I started this last year, and then I quit on it and didn't get back to it. I don't want to take it all the way out because they're kind of a pain to put back in there. But I thought that was so cute. If you watch Felicia Mouse Potato Designs, she's been stitching on this, and she may have it done as fast as she stitches. I don't do so well. So anyway, that is Halloween in the City. And this is what I got done last year. All the white that I'm doing is in, I think, all of the white. I know I'm using glow in the dark, and I think I used it for all the white, but I may not have. I may have put like this here in the white and then use the glow in the dark in some other places. I'm really not sure. I got to look at my notes before I start on it again. But I do want to work on this a little bit more. This is on 36 count, color unknown. And I started this October, wow. I started this October 26th of 2023. I thought I started it last year. So, yeah, it's already a couple of years old, close to it. So anyway, that's what I'm going to work on along with getting this one started. I also have, excuse me, I also have Trick or Treat by Flossabilities that I want to get started. And I keep saying that, but I just drug my feet on trying to pull the threads for it. I've said before, I need somebody that can just come in here and I can hand them the charts and they can kit up everything, because I don't like kitting. I just like everything ready to go. And I don't buy kits when it's offered, so I don't know. I don't think there's any fixing it other than just bite the bullet and just kit it up. Okay, so what I have on haul, let me think, this is going to be a shorty. Well, we're going to look through those books, so no, it's not going to be that short of a video. But anyway, I think I will, here. Okay, I bought this one. This is another Crocetta Go-Go, and it's called Witch's Welcome. And I think that's super cute, and I can't tell whether you're seeing it or not because I have my glasses on. So everything is blurry. I told my husband the other day, I said, I think I have to go get glasses. Him and I both had our cataracts removed a few years ago, and we didn't have to have glasses. Well, then I had to have readers right off from the start, even after the cataract surgery. He didn't have to have anything. So I've been using readers, but the problem is you got to drag them around in your pocket or whatever. So, and then I have to have a 1.75 to be able to read clearly. I have to have a 2.75 or a 3.25 to be able to stitch. So I have 3 different glasses scattered through the house. So it's just kind of a pain, and I think I'm going to end up going to get glasses, and he said just schedule him too because he's not seeing very good now either. So one of the things I did get, and we'll do a flip through of this in a minute, I got my Just Cross Stitch magazine for, alright, speaking of glasses, autumn 2025. I guess I should have known that, but anyway, that's a cute little sampler on the front. I saw this online and I had to have this one. It's a collaboration between Twin Peaks Primitive and Chrissy from Finally a Farm Girl, and it's called Peacefield 1788, and it says it's a presidential home series, so I think there's more of these to come. And this is what it looks like, and I love this piece right here. I like this one too, and I may do it, but I really liked another big one, but I'm not going to start it. This one I really wanted to start the other day, but I don't have very many of the floss. I'm going to have to order some. And that is Three Sheep Studio, which I had never heard of. This is my first pattern from them. It's the 1750 Lancaster County Fractor. And I love this piece. And it says at the bottom, it's an adaptation of a fractor dated 1750 from the Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. It's just beautiful. I love this piece. But it does call for these hand-dyeds or the DMC conversion over here. But I know I'm going to have to order some. And then let me put those over there. And then I have a lot of prairie schoolers. I have the majority of prairie schoolers. There's some that I don't have, and if I went down through the list, I would probably go, oh, that's still an awful lot. But I do have most of them, I would say. So I had to do this order the other day, and I thought, I'm going to go on and tack this one on and get it. Although I hate it on this thin paper, and you've heard me complain about that before. Designers, let's do charts on quality paper. Just my opinion, but I think there's other stitchers out there that wants quality paper with their designs. So I know Hoffman's Distributing owns the Prairie Schooler rights now. So Hoffman Distributing, let's do quality paper. You hear this every time I do a Prairie Schooler. Quality paper. This is not quality paper. This is terrible paper. This is like the cheapest copy paper you can get. So anyway, after that rant, I bought acorns. And it is, I'm trying to get the glare. They are so cute. I love the little squirrel in the house. And I like all of them. So, and then they give you the design on the back for the acorn cap. And then I thought, my gosh, this is a big leaf. But then when I turned it over and looked, it's for these leaves here. So yes, they are big. But when I saw that at first, I thought, oh my gosh, I don't want that huge leaf. But I don't have to do the leaf. It just gives you the cutout for your acorn and the cap. So, and that's if you do it on the called for fabric. Or the called for count, which I can't see according to this. Otherwise, you have to adjust the size of your acorn cap and your cutout of the acorn itself. So I bought that. And then I bought some finishing wool for the caps, for the acorn caps. This wasn't quite what I wanted. You know, trying to guess with colors online is hard to do. I wish this had more of a rusty color, but I picked this one out, and it's called Gingerbread. I got a half-yard cut. It's a 12 by 17, and I hope this is enough. We'll just see. If not, I'll just have to order another one, but I wish I had ordered one with a little bit more of a rusty color instead of this darker brown. But anyway, and then the last one that I bought, no, I didn't buy it. It came in my subscription. Did I just show you this? I don't think I did. We're going to do a flip through that one too in a little bit. So, and I may have even showed this last time. You know, I don't keep notes. So I don't keep notes today. I don't keep notes on my previous videos. It just is a mishmash of whatever's happening. So, and then I said for Father Christmas, a portrait of Father Christmas, I ordered more fabric. So I ordered 2 1-yard cuts of 28 count antique white because there's some more full coverages that I have bought that I would like to do, and I may never see them done, but I am enjoying stitching on them, and I love the patterns. So I ordered 2 yards of that. And then as far as thrift finds, I couldn't think of what I was going to say. As far as my thrift finds, I found this, and I thought it was so cool. I found this at Goodwill. And gosh, this is my style. I love this. And it opens up into a box. But I just love that pattern. Or that design. I gave $8 for it. And it was probably was Hobby Lobby or... No, I don't think Hobby Lobby does that. Actual Halloween, do they? Let me see what it says. Lolly Merchandising, but it doesn't tell me anything else. So anyway, it is really a sturdy box. It almost makes me think it's got wood underneath, but you know, around this part, I think that's wood covered with paper. So anyway, I loved it. And for some reason, I have been hitting the scroll frame jackpot. So I found this, another lap stand. I found this. Did I find this at Goodwill? There should be a sticker because I probably didn't take it off. Nope, I took it off, I guess. I'm pretty sure I found this at Goodwill, but I'm not 100% sure. So like I said, I'm going to do a video on these, but I just haven't gotten it done. And I know you all are probably getting impatient with me on some of this stuff, but I just do it when I can get it done and when I'm in the mood to do it. So I think that's it. That's everything that's laying around other than looking through some of my magazines. So I guess we can do that. So if you're not interested in looking through the magazines, you can go ahead and move on to another video. And if you are interested, stick around and we'll flip through these books and we'll see what's inside. So thank you for coming, and I will see you next time. And then this one, we're going to look through this Halloween one to begin with. And I'm going to definitely have glasses for these. It's got a cute front on it. It says it's got 45 plus designs. And there's some really cute ones. I wasn't as excited about this one as I have some in the past, but you know, you're going to have good years, and what appeals to me may not appeal to somebody else, so it's fine. There's cute ones in it. This is one of the pages here. Happy Halloween. I think that this one right here is cute. Yes, I have a tattoo on my finger, and I try to cover it up with a ring because I was a stupid teenager when I did that, so please excuse that. But I think this little ghost with the mushrooms is cute. So there's that one. I may have to flip faster than I want to because or we're never going to get through these. I need some of that stuff like you put on your fingers so you can flip pages. Here's this one. This is really cute. It's, I don't know, let me see who it's by. Twisted Willow Designs. So it's very cute. I would stitch that. This one is called Cemetery Row Sampler. And it's by Handmade with Chrissy. I'm trying to get these where you don't see charts. So that's Cemetery Row. Alrighty, let's move on. Ghostly Heights. Let me see what this is all about. There's this one. I'm not going to tell you who all of these are by because we're never going to get done. I'm just going to do kind of a quick flip through. This one's got a cute... Is there a pattern on that? Yeah. Okay, let's do... I do not bend my books backwards, so that isn't happening. But that's really cute. I think the Dracula Beast, very cute. The Purple House is cute. And then, let's move on. See what else we can find. Here's a little jack-o'-lantern head. He's releasing the ghost from his pumpkin head. Let the Ghost Out, that's what it's called. Here's Spooky Moth Shadow Box. That's pretty. Those are done, now that I see that, they look like they're done on perforated paper and then applied to a fabric. They look like they're dimensional. So that's kind of cool. The more the merrier. I'm not into that, but that's okay. Other people are. I like cute, fun Halloween. I'm not into the gory, scary Halloween. There's that one. And Jeanne and Ashley, I have to tell you, Jeanne from We Stitch and We Know Things, go check out their channel. They're funny, mother-daughter. They're my besties. Jeanne likes scary. Ashley likes cute. Ashley, I'm with you. I don't want to see a scary movie. I don't like scary cross-stitch. I don't want to see gore. This is cute, though. It's a graveyard Biscornu. Alrighty. Now, and see, I don't do skeletons either. Can't do skeletons. But this is Endless Love. But I know a lot of people would love this design. I just don't do skeletons. I don't do skulls. This is called The Watchers. A couple of ravens on the lamppost with the street signs. What's it? Hold on. Oh, it's at the intersection of Cemetery Street and Dead End. So I like that. All right. This one has some cute ones here. I gotta not crease my book. These little pumpkins right in the middle with the big eyes that are looking down. I think that is so cute. I really like this one too. All of them on this page are cute. The frog and the pumpkin is cute. All right, let's get past all of those patterns. This is called Little Frankie, and it's a dimensional. It must be done on perforated. Let me see. No, it's done on Lugana, but you make a cube out of it. And it's like a keychain. But let me see if I can do it this way. You can see on that page how it's dimensional. All right, this one is very cute. Cat and Bat and Ghost and Witch. Halloween is my favorite to stitch, and I have to have that. I love Halloween, and I haven't drugged my Halloween decorations up from the basement for so many years, and I really need to, even if it's just a little bit at a time. It's just, my back really limits me, but I can go down there and drag some of it up, but guess I'm lazy. I don't know. Halloween stitching sampler. This is a very cute one. And this one, I was going to see Nikki's Creations. That's what I thought. I recognize her designs. It's very cute. Witchy Brew. I think those are really cute. Look at those witches' feet right here. Those would be fun. And then the bottles. My daughter, I'm anxious to see how hers turn out. She, well, she bought some, but then she went online and found out how to make potion bottles. And then she went and bought some old bottles, and she's going to make some of them. And they are pretty cool looking. Then this one is neat. It's all in black. I could do this one pretty easily. I like this one real well. And that one is by Raven Stitchcraft. It's called the Dreamweaver Witch. But I really like that one too. It's got a lot of stitching all in one color. This one is Casting a Spell. That one's pretty good. This one is Tonight I Fly. And we're getting to the end. I got a thread on me. Yep, that is the end of it. So that is this year's cross stitch, just cross stitch Halloween edition. If you subscribe to Just Cross Stitch magazine, you get this with your subscription. If not, you can also buy it on newsstands or in your LNS or order it online. Let's see. Now, this one is the Just Cross Stitch Autumn issue. And I was holding off a little bit on reviewing these because I wanted to see if the punch needle and primitive stitcher one came for fall, but it hasn't come. I haven't gotten it yet. This is called Falling Leaf Sampler, and I think this is a pretty one to put out for fall. Then we will go on over to Bittersweet and Berries. Another one that's very cute. This is a pillow, but if you did it on the right, on small fabric or over one, you could probably get down small enough to do it as an ornament. I don't know. But it's pretty cute. 100 by 104 stitches both directions. So, yeah. This one is one that's done on perforated paper, but you could easily do it on fabric because if you're like me, I'm not wild about perforated paper. I tend to use fabric. I've used perforated plastic, and I do like that. And I'm not talking about plastic canvas, but perforated plastic you can get in, I think you get it in 14 and count, and you may be able to get it in some other counts too. I don't know. This is fall blocks, which would be really cute stitched up. Then Autumn Ablaze. There's a full coverage for anybody that likes full coverage. It's very pretty. Oak Tree Treasures. This is going to be a little harder to show because it's got two patterns down there. Let me see if I can get this up here. But they're strung on a piece of jute, and then they're secured with a little mini clothespin. Then we have Autumn Squared by Cobweb and Rose. Another cute one. It's stitched on black. This one is Woolly Creation or Woolly Stitches by Nikki Creations. A cute one. One thing about it with these magazines, most of the time they're smaller projects, so you can get them done. The last addition to the Nature's Journey for Autumn is out. You got 1/4 of this design each issue. It started out with spring. It was all 4 seasons. And then the autumn one for, what is this called? Mini Sampler Series. And that's a pretty one. And that stand you can order too. I've seen the stand, but I don't remember where it came from. Let me see. Daisy Lace pedestal frame from Paisleys and Polka Dots. All right, let me get past this other and see what else we have. Here's a cute little pillow. Hope is the thing with feathers. I don't quite understand it, but okay. But it is pretty. And then let's keep going. Oh, okay. There's some mushroom lovers out there. So there's this one. Fly. What does that say? Fly. I have no idea. agaric. Fly agaric. Agaric. Okay. Don't know what that means. Cute little fox. Fox in the hollow. I think that's very cute. There's some fox lovers out there, I know. I like fox. This one is really cute. And you could stitch this up in an evening. This is called Birds in Fall. I really like that one. I need to do more stitching from my magazines. This one I have to do. I forgot about it. I absolutely have to do this one. Maybe I'll pull everything together for it. Excuse me, the bird feeder's empty. We have squirrels in our backyard that are always trying to get in the bird feeders. They don't manage to get in them because we have the kind that when they get on them, it drops a cover down, but they clean up underneath them. So, but I can just see these little guys in our backyard coming up saying, "Excuse me, bird feeder's empty." Yeah, I'm going to have to stitch that little guy. And his face is so darn cute. Look at that face. How can you not love that? I have to leave this out so I can do that. Then this one is called Gratitude Pumpkin. I made a set of these several years ago and finished them off real similar to this. And they look so cute. So that is Gratitude Pumpkin. Let me see what else. Oh, this is the one from the cover, and I really like that. And I'm reading it backwards. Seasons of Thanks. But I would like to do that one. This one is called Bounty and Blessings. And that's pretty. And it's finished really pretty in that box. This is probably, let me see where the paisley and polka dots, I think. Yeah. That's another piece of their wood pieces. It's very pretty. Then let's see what we have. Thankful Turkey. There's a lot of patterns in these. He's a cute little turkey bird. And then we have the Pilgrim Pear. I know a lot of people, and I think even more than usual, are starting to do more Thanksgiving, but I just seem to kind of go from fall and Halloween right into Christmas, so I don't do much. I mean, no. As much Thanksgiving as I do would be fall. Because I just don't get over to it just seems like it's such a short time between Thanksgiving and Christmas. All right. Then there's this one called We Come in Peace. Not my thing, but I'm sure there's people out there that would like that. This one is very cute. This is Jack Takes Flight. And I think that would be a fun one to do. And then I just noticed this too. Let me show you this. The finishing on this is a wooden hoop, an oval wooden hoop, because see the screw up at the top? And then they just took cording and put around it, and it looks like they tied a knot up here. That's a cute finishing. And then, see, we're almost coming to the end of this one too. This is a Folkmas Holiday #1. So it sounds like to me you might be adding more of these. That's another one that's pretty quick. You get that done in a few stitching events. stitching events. I meant sessions. Stitching at night or whatever. Oh, that is the last one. All right, that's all of that one. Here's some mill hills that are pictured on the back that are new this year. That black cat's very pretty. I like that. I like this. I like them all. Not too wild about that one, but I like the rest of them. Okay, that is just cross stitch autumn. Now we're going to look through my favorite, a cross stitch Christmas. I showed the cover of this, and I think I did a quick little flip through in one of my other videos. It's called Comfort and Joy. This is by Craftways, and they produce a hardback book every Christmas called A Cross Stitch Christmas. The title down here is always different, so this is called Comfort and Joy. I have almost all of their books on a shelf over there, and I don't think I've stitched any of them, but I sure would like to because I have them all, and I love the designs when I start flipping through them. So if you're interested, this is available through Hirschner's. You can just find their number online and give them a call, and I would assume it's probably still available. So you could, like I said, just give them a call at Hirschner's and order yours. So let's start. I'll get past that. We have Tuxedo Christmas, and I'm definitely not bending this backwards. This is Tuxedo Christmas. And it's, wait a minute. Oh, Ye Merry Gentlemen. Okay. I was looking backwards and I couldn't figure it out. So I think I'm going to have to get a piece of paper, probably to cover some of these up. This is the full coverage that's on the cover. And then also this one here, that is the piano keys. That says fa la 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 and all that. Then let's see. This one, we have doves, a Christmas ornament. This one over here. And then we got patterns. Okay, so I got this stuck over here so you don't see the ornament patterns. But that's some ornament patterns right there. And that's all the designs for those. I got to get past them just a second. Okay, this is cute. Snow, much fun. 3 snowmen. There's just not enough time to stitch. When I was putting my patterns in my spreadsheet, I kept pulling out ones that I really wanted to stitch. Really, really wanted to stitch. And I put them in a basket. They're like this deep. Okay, here's a couple more cute ones. I know people that review these books, they go through and read stuff and tell you the stitch count and all that, but I'm not going to do that. This one's really cute. I like the one on the green. He's got a cute face. Well, again, we got patterns on this side. Can you see it? I am having issues. So it's the little mittens, and I can't tell what that is down at the bottom. Nope, still can't tell what it is. Glasses or no glasses? Oh, I think they're bookmarks. And then, let's move along. Get past all of them. This is Noel. These are cute. Again, joy, love, and peace. But this is a cute one with Santa. This one is mistletoe, and this one is full coverage right here. Well, the white lines in between are not, but everything else, the squares on these, you're going to end up with full coverage. All right, get past them. They put these in sections, so they give you the pictures and then they show you give you the pattern, so you kind of have to get past the pattern part. There's Santa with a small child coming down the stairs. It's cute. These look like stained glass, and I really like this one. And then we've got a couple of stockings and a lantern. This one, I think all of those are really cute too. And then we have to get past the patterns. Good. Oh, I got it. Okay. Festive and funky. They group these kind of according to what style they are. This section is called festive and funky. I didn't say that as I was as I was going through them. Excuse me. Those two. I'm gonna have to get another drink. I guess it's allergies. I wake up coughing through the night, and my husband end up waking him up. Those are pretty. This is cute with the reindeer down here. And both of these are pretty. I like both of those. And then there's these. That's a wrap that goes around a candy jar and some biscorn U's. Biscorn U's, I guess is how it's pronounced. I made one, but it's in the other room. Years and years ago, I made one, but that's all I've ever done. And they weren't hard. I just had to make one to say I made one. Look at this little guy. I am a squirrel lover. Isn't that adorable? That is just so cute. Whimsical Woodland is what this one's called. These are actually embroidery. They're not counter cross stitch. They are embroidery. So when I think Judy's snoring. These would go quick. I think she's snoring. She is so little. She's only like 4 pounds. And her little nasal passages are so tiny that when she breathes, you hear her a lot of times. These are really cute. We're almost to the end again. We might be. Let's see. Yep, that's it. One thing, let me just kind of, how can I do this and not show everything? This is the embroidery pattern. So you can kind of see how they give you that to trace over. It's kind of hard to show you without showing you the pattern. I don't want to do that. Yep, that is it. So that is a cross-stitch Christmas comfort and joy for this year. And if you want any of the back ones, if you go to thrift books, You can find them a lot of times. Sometimes they're reasonable, and I've found some of mine through there. And sometimes they are crazy expensive. And so you would have to decide. I've held out and gotten them at a reasonable price, so it just depends on how bad you want them. I was going to go through these. I don't know if anybody really wants to look at them because they're spring and summer. I just had them laying out here and was going to do a flip through, but I don't think I'm going to since we're into fall. This one, I got this one here. This, just to show you all, it's this. I think this is the one. This is the one that, oh, I hate to be wrong. Is it Wendy? I can't remember now. I'd have to look it up. Sent me. She had bought it, found it I think she found it in a thrift store, and she asked me if I had it, and I didn't. And so she sent it to me, which was so nice of her. And let me see what year this is. This is a 2006. So, but like I said, if you go on thrift books or some of those second-hand book places, you can find these usually at a pretty reasonable price. I've even bought them for $1 at thrift stores, but their patterns are so pretty. I'm going to kind of quickly go through this because we're at an hour and 15 minutes, and I don't like to do long videos. But this is a pretty one. But again, if you're interested in this, it's a cross-stitch Christmas called From Heart and Hand. Has no connection with Heart and Hand cross-stitch patterns. That's just what they named this book. There's those. There's a Hardanger piece. But any of them that I've seen have been really good. Get past the patterns. There's some ornaments. Toot toot, you're snoring. A stocking and some ornaments. Some more there. Oh, I dropped it. That one. Hang on. There's the one on the cover. Another good Santa. You know, they do good Santas, and Leisure Arts does good Santas. If you find Leisure Arts Santas, you can't beat them. This is really a pretty street piece with the ladies in their Victorian dresses. Birdhouses. Some Victorian ornaments and a Victorian house. We are getting ready to have some major work done on our house, so I'm not sure. They said it would take probably 2 to 3 weeks to do it, so I may not. If they were supposed to start Tuesday, but they still haven't shown up because they're finishing up the guttering. But our house we have spent like 2 years trying to find somebody that can work on our gutters on the house, because our gutters are built into the house. So you can't just put new gutters on. So they are working on liners for our gutters, and then they're going to repair our balcony. There went my stand. They're going to do some work on the balcony and our porch that's underneath it. And then they are going to pressure wash and paint the entire house. So, yeah, they said 2 to 3 weeks. So whenever they start, it's probably going to be noisy, and I may not be able to do a video. This is a very cute stocking. Well, I'm having trouble flipping. Okay, some more ornaments, and some gingerbread. gingerbread that spells out joy. And then some more smalls. There's a couple more there. Flurry of friends. Okay, now we're back into patterns, and I bet that's the last section again. Let me see. Yep, that's the last section of that one. Okay, well, that's about enough. It's an hour and 20 minutes, and that's, I hate going over hour and 15 minutes. So anyway, I think that's about it for today, and I hope you enjoyed looking through those. Again, if you're interested, you can get this year's Cross Stitch Christmas from Hirschner's, and the others, check some of the secondhand places, and you can run onto them at those places. So hope you have a good week, and I will hopefully see you in 2 weeks. And I still want to get the scroll frame video made, so we'll see how it goes this time. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.